Today's video is about a case that shook a quiet Phoenix neighborhood to its core. It's a story that is both haunting and heartbreaking. Think about this. Friday, April the 28th, 2023, is a sunny day. The sky is clear, and the air is warm in the desert. The Reach 11 Trail in North Phoenix is packed with hikers who are enjoying the beauty of the rough terrain. Lauren Hickey, who was 29 years old, was one of them. She loved being outside, going for walks in the morning, and the simple pleasure of a fresh cup of coffee. She walks onto the path near her apartment, just like she has many times before. She doesn't come back this time, though. That day, Lauren's story takes a scary turn. Along that beautiful path, among the cacti and dusty hills, the unthinkable takes place. She goes away. No one has known where she is for more than 24 hours. Her friends start to worry. She doesn't answer the phone or come to work. Then, on April 29th, a scary discovery is made. As she walks her dog through the desert brush, she comes across something that stops her in her tracks. This is Lauren. In a way that makes everyone wonder why and who, she was taken from this world. Hey, this isn't just another true crime story. There are pieces of this puzzle all over the trail. It's a case that shook a city and broke up a family. What did Lauren Hickey do that morning? Was she by herself? Someone looked at her. This story has turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat, from the frantic 911 call that broke the silence to the never-ending search for the person who did it. Let's meet Lauren Hickey, the woman at the center of this true crime story, before we get into the scary details of what happened on that North Phoenix trail. You could not just name her and read about her. She was a daughter, a friend, and a lively person who touched everyone she met. So what did Lauren do? She was 29 years old and had been born and raised in Kitsap County, Washington. She then moved to Phoenix, Arizona, where it was very hot. Family and friends call her a burst of light because she is always happy, kind, and funny. That kind of energy that made you feel lucky to know her. It spread. Lauren was an esthetician who helped people look and feel their best. She had just moved into a new apartment near the Reach 11 Trail, which she loved for its peaceful beauty. She loved being outside and did many things in the desert, like hiking, walking, and just taking it all in. It made her happy. She called her close friend, River Hubble, in the morning of April 28, 2023, as they did every day. They talked about what they were thankful for that day. Lauren was glad she could wake up, get a coffee, and go for a walk. Simple pleasures, right? But that call was the last time River would hear her voice. She had just moved to Phoenix to start over and look for a life full of possibilities. She had no idea that the trail she loved would turn into a very bad dream. It is just after 10 a.m. on April 29th, 2023, and a scary scene is about to happen on the Reach 11 Trail, which is a popular place near 64th Street and Mayo Boulevard. Picture yourself taking a stroll with your dog by your side as the desert sun rises higher in the sky. That's exactly what one woman in the area did that Saturday morning. She walks this trail all the time, just like Lauren did. The area around Reach 11 is on the border between Phoenix and Scottsdale. It has both rough and smooth trails that make hikers, runners, and dog walkers feel at ease. She sees something, though, as she comes around a corner near Libby Street. She stops in her tracks on the main path, hidden in the bushes. There is a body, that of a woman, lying still in the desert sand. This wasn't just found by chance. The woman didn't know her name yet, but this was Lauren. She gets her phone out and calls 911 because she is scared. Phoenix police released the call in October 2024, and it shows every single second of that discovery. Listen to what she told the operator.
Phoenix 911, where is your emergency?
Oh, I just found a woman's body out in the desert.
Right.
My address is, and I was just going for a walk, and she's there. I didn't touch her. I didn't do anything. But it looks like she's been there for a while.
Here, let me connect the paramedics here.
Okay, thanks.
Fire department, what's the location of the emergency? Okay, is that a house apartment or a business, ma'am?
It's a house.
Okay, is that a house out in Phoenix?
Yes.
Is this a good phone number for you?
Yes.
What's going on there?
There's a woman. I think she's dead.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't hear you. Go ahead.
I just observed a woman laying in the desert behind my house, and I think she's dead.
Okay, all right. How old does she look to you?
She looks like in her mid-20s, maybe 30s.
Okay, did you get a clothing description? Did you see what she
She's
was
in
wearing?
workout clothes. She's in workout clothes, black bra, black pants. One shoe is off. She's got kind of blondish hair.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I have help coming, okay? Are you able to get near her? I don't want you to put yourself in danger, but I do want to see if she's breathing, okay? That's important. Help is coming.
Okay. Let me walk out there just a sec.
And then are there any weapons or drugs laid out around her? Or is it just her?
It's just her.
Okay. All right. Any noticeable injuries or bleeding, ma'am?
Let me walk closer. Just a second.
Okay, help is coming, okay? We're coming as fast as we can. I just need to make sure she's breathing right now.
Okay, hold on. No, it doesn't look like she's breathing.
Okay.
And
you can't see her chest rising or falling?
No. And there is blood coming from under her workout bra.
Blood coming from her bra? Does it look like she was stabbed or shot?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Is there a hole?
No, not that I can see. But it does look like she's been here for a while.
Okay, PD, are you on the phone?
The call was almost 5 minutes long, and you can hear her voice shaking. She's scared and trying to figure out what she's seeing. The dispatcher agrees with her that the body has been there for a while. Later, police confirmed that Lauren hadn't been seen in over 24 hours since her hike on April 28th morning. The woman notices that there is blood under Lauren's sports bra, which is enough to give away how violent the tragedy was. Phoenix police quickly flood the area. Around 10:30 a.m., police arrive expecting to find a hiker hurt, possibly from a fall or being too hot to stand. This is a common call for this part of the desert, but when they see Lauren, they know this isn't a mistake. Anyone hiking along the main trail can't see her body because it's tangled in bushes and next to a barbed wire fence. There are signs of a fight everywhere, torn clothes and things that are all over the place. First responders confirm that she is no longer there, and the scene changes from a rescue to an investigation. Let's go back in time a bit. Laura's friend, River Hubble, is getting worried that same morning. Since the day before, when they always called to say thank you, Lauren hasn't answered her phone. By Saturday, he's scared. She doesn't show up for work, which is not like her at all. At about the same time that River calls the police, his worries start to match up with the terrible things that are happening on the trail. The Reach 11 trail isn't in the middle of nowhere. People feel safe there because it's close to Scottsdale Road and Mayo Boulevard and is a community spot. That's what shocks me so much. The woman who found Lauren knew the area well. Her husband had waved at Lauren while she was hiking. Even though they didn't know her well, they knew who she was. Now she's the one who broke the silence with that frantic call, getting caught up in a true crime story that had been going on for months in the valley.
John, that's absolutely right. Good evening. This is the area where 29-year-old Lauren Heike was found. According to neighbors, you can see there are some flowers out here as well in the area where they say her body was found. And to give you some perspective, if you look up there, just how close this area is to a very nice residential area here in the North Phoenix community. And then if we want to take a look over here too, Justin had mentioned in his story some of that barbed wire, that she was chased through barbed wire, just how close it is to where she was found. This is all over this hiking trail out here.
But this is only the beginning of the chaos. Over the next few days, police got more calls like the one they got from 911. 3 more people called to say they had seen a strange person hiding near the trail. Something that wasn't like most hikers. They said it was a man who fit a description that quickly became important. Hate crime, Sergeant James Hester is in charge, and his team knows they need to move quickly. The community is on edge as the clock winds down. It's no longer safe for hikers. A conversation between Lauren and her friend River Hubble around 10 a.m. on April 28th was the last time anyone heard from her. She went on a hike near her apartment that she knew very well, but it had been more than 24 hours since she was last seen by that dog walker the next morning. Police think the attack happened on Friday morning, most likely between 10 and 11 a.m., in a place that wasn't visible from the main trail. That alone time. It's a hint. The person who did this didn't want to be seen. Police in Phoenix send out their forensic team to look through the scene for anything that could help them figure out who did it. To find someone else, they put Lauren's shoe, which they found near the barbed wire, and her other things that were all over the place, in bags. Detectives are now wondering if this was planned or if it was something that happened on the spot. Based on how her clothes are worn, it looks like she fought back and maybe even tried to get away over that fence. When they send that shoe to the lab, though, it will really change things. A profile that doesn't match Lauren is found in the first round of DNA testing. They need more than this lead. This is where things get crazy. As the lab works, the police hit the streets. For anyone who has been near Reach 11, they talk to hikers, neighbors, and anyone else. 3 different 911 calls from a few days after the discovery show up on their screen. People who called say they saw a guy acting strangely near the trail. This guy didn't seem to fit in with the other people there. He is said to be between 5 feet 8 inches and 6 feet tall, wearing dark clothes and carrying a backpack. Still, it's not enough to hold him down yet. Then, on May 2nd, something big happens. Police get surveillance video from a camera near the trail and look it over. It's fuzzy, but it shows a man running through the desert with his backpack flying around. This happened around the same time that Lauren went missing. He's going too fast for a casual jog. The police make the video public and say he is a person of interest. The tips start coming in. People who have seen this person before call Silent Witness to say they have seen him in the area. One of the tipsters even talked about a small but sharp pocket knife he carried. Could it have something to do with the scene? Phoenix police don't stop there. They ask Lauren about her job, her friends, and her daily routine. They check to see if anyone has been watching her since she just moved into the apartment near the trail. Was she the target, or was this just a mess? At a press conference on May 3rd, Lieutenant Hester leans toward random, saying that the sheer horribleness of the attack points to impulse, but he's not ruling anything out. They don't need theories, they need proof. When they get back to the lab, they can see the DNA from Lauren's shoe. It looks like someone with a record who is in a criminal database. It's no longer just a guess. They can pull that thread. Detectives compare it to the description from the surveillance. Male, early 20s, from the area. People start to learn more about them, but they don't talk to the public. Why? Because they don't want him to get scared as they close in. The heat is on by May 3rd. The parents of Lauren, Jeff, and Lana join the police at a press conference to beg for help. "She was my little girl," Lana says in a broken voice. It works when they ask anyone who saw a guy with a backpack or acting strangely to come forward. There are more tips coming in. One caller talks about a man who seemed crazy and lived not far from the trail, less than a mile. Someone else says he was fired from a job for making his co-workers uncomfortable. The pieces are getting taller. The catch is this. On May 4th, detectives get a break from a probation officer who they didn't expect. The build of this guy's client is the same as the one in the video. Among other things, he is on probation for robbery and disorderly conduct from the past. He lives in Scottsdale, close to the trail. The police find out that he was fired from a job because he was violent toward women. There are alarm bells. They get his file and compare it to the DNA. Voila! They have a suspect, but they don't just walk in without looking. They follow him and watch what he does. He has a plane ticket to Detroit. Is that a bit of a risk? He is definitely the guy from the video, as confirmed by co-workers who say, "Yeah, that's him." They'll be ready by Thursday night, May 4th. We went from having no leads to having a very good one in less than a week. And what comes next? Next is the arrest. This is when Phoenix police finally catch this person and the truth starts to come out. Let's break it down. Late Thursday night, 6 days after her body was found on the Reach 11 trail, Zion William Teasley, 22, is the suspect that police have been following for days, watching his every move. His apartment is less than a mile from where Lauren was last seen, near Scottsdale Road. However, he is a local. There is DNA on her shoe, surveillance video of a man running through the desert, and hints about a man with a backpack. All of these things point to him, and he has no idea that the net is getting tighter. The catch is this. Zion has been on probation since 2018 for armed robbery and disorderly conduct. He was only 17 years old at the time. When his probation officer saw that he matched the description, she told the police. But what makes it official? That match in DNA. We can see his profile in the system. When co-workers who saw him running that day tell the police that he is the man in the video, they know they have him. Also, get this. He has a plane ticket to Detroit for May 5th. He might have gotten away if it had been one more day. Teasley used to be in the Marines, but the U.S. Marine Corps says he didn't finish training. The sentence says, and I quote, "Our records show that Zion Teasley started recruit training at Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego on March 25, 2019. He was split up on June 17, 2019, before finishing boot camp. Due to the Privacy Act, we cannot give out any more information. Phoenix police don't mess around on May 4th. They get together a plan and show up at his apartment around 6:30 p.m. Later, body cam footage showed police officers pounding on the door and yelling, "Phoenix police, open up." He walks outside with his hands up and no one stops him. They handcuff him right there and the suspect is taken into custody. It only takes 10 minutes to do the whole thing. Takedown of a textbook. Who is this guy, though? Zion William Teasley isn't like most hikers. He was born in Scottsdale in 2000 and has been rapping since he was a child. In 2018, he and two friends set up a Jack in the Box. Zion pointed a gun at them and demanded money. He agreed to a plea deal and was given probation instead of jail time. He was supposed to be getting his life together. Rather, he takes short-term jobs at fast food places and stores, never staying at one for long. People he worked with, especially women, told the police that he scared them. One Primo's manager fired him in 2022 because he lost it and hit a female worker, calling him unstable. That anger is a red flag. When the police search his home, they find a small, sharp knife that fits with the injuries Lauren had. They also take his clothes and the backpack from the video. It's getting worse quickly. Phoenix police put him in Maricopa County Jail on May 5th and charged him with first-degree murder, robbery, and tampering with evidence. Yes, police think he did more than just attack Lauren. They think he also stole something from her. At first, Zion doesn't say anything. He acts stupid and says he wasn't near Reach 11 that day when he is being questioned. But when police ask him about the DNA and video, he shuts down. These silent witness tips make things more clear. A few days ago, his neighbors saw him pacing near the trail, acting shaky and out of place. One hiker even saw him arguing with someone else. Did he check out the area on April 27th, the day before Lauren went missing? The police believe this, but they are still trying to figure out why he met Lauren. By May 6th, Lieutenant James Hester of the Phoenix Police Department takes the mic. "We think this was an accident," he says in a steady voice. The suspect had no prior connection to the victim. Friends and family of Lauren, Jeff, and Lana stand nearby with sad faces. As a thank you for the tips, Jeff says, "It's because of you we got him." Even though the person was arrested, the case is not over yet. While Zion Teasley is in jail, facing charges that could change his life, his past shows a man who lost control. For Lauren's family and friends, it's a small step toward justice. The case in Phoenix is still going on, and Lauren's family is still waiting for justice. His murder trial is set for October 28, 2025, in the Maricopa County Superior Court. Why the wait? This case has a lot at stake. The DNA from Lauren's shoe, surveillance video of a man running near the trail, and tips from witnesses all point to Zion. On the other hand, his defense team is likely looking over every piece of evidence, from the data on his cell phone to the pocket knife that was found in his apartment. Hearings before the trial have gone on until 2025, and both sides are getting ready to fight. In May 2023, Phoenix PD Lieutenant James Hester said it was an accident because Zion and Lauren had never met before. That is still the official story right now. But in December 2023, Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell filed a notice to seek the death penalty if Zion is found guilty. This raised the stakes even more. In a statement through Arizona Voice for Crime Victims, Lauren's family said, "We'll be there every step of the way to make sure Lauren gets justice." It's a risky call. When there is a death penalty, there is more scrutiny, more planning, and a longer wait for the trial. It's not just Lauren's case that Zion is having lawyers' problems with. In July 2024, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office added charges from an assault and burglary that happened in 2020. This was another attack with a knife where the victim lived. On February 5, 2025, 12 News reported that he was charged with 10 more counts of misconduct with minors for things he is said to have done in 2019 and 2020. Court records show that he admitted to sending out sexy material back then. All of those charges have been dropped, but they paint a picture of a man with a complicated past. Armed robbery in 2018, probation when Lauren was killed, and now this. Now what do we do? Zion is in jail and was released on a $1 million bond after his first court appearance. He can't get a bond now because he broke his probation. There is a lot of proof. DNA, video, and co-workers who spoke to police say the man has a history of being violent toward women. Not yet, though. People have kept saying that Lauren's parents are grateful to Phoenix PD and the community for their support. ABC 15 talked about her in May 2024 and said she had a lot of. Their grief is still fresh because they haven't seen her in 2 Christmases. But justice is on hold until October 2025, unless there are delays. That's it for today's true crime story. If you found it thought-provoking, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and as always, stay safe, stay smart, and keep seeking the truth.